Welcome back, everyone. Doing episode 14 of the Rebuilding USM series. This will probably be the last video in this series for a little while. We're going to pause it and do a couple other ideas that I've came up with. We're not deleting it, of course, so we can always come back to it later. This will probably be the last one for this foreseeable future. So before we get to the game, if you guys don't mind, if you could, click like and subscribe, it really helps me out. And I appreciate it, guys. All right, here we go. So, Southern Miss, we are the #1 offense in the country, which is really nice. Our defense, though, is toward the middle. 81 defense. It could be worse, but it definitely could be better. Hopefully, it doesn't hold us back too much. We're currently ranked number 22 in the country. Not too bad. However, our conference is pretty strong. Miami's number 8. Excuse me. Clemson's number 13. We're number 22. And then we have Georgia Tech, South Carolina, Texas Tech, all in the top 32. North Carolina is 67. On the other side is not as strong. 27, 39, 42, 50. I mean, you can read. So hopefully we can still have a good year. Okay, before we get to our game action, let's check some of our recruits. Okay, found a gem. Robert Gem from Marshall, Texas. Nice. Start clearing out everyone with low potential. Do that quickly. Okay, let's go and get our pitches set up. Make sure we have all our high potential players already getting some nice targets. Okay, as many as we can. Not bad. We'll go ahead and offer scholarships and visits to our top guys we've already shown to have high potential. Okay, Georgia Tech, nice little bonus. So Georgia Tech and Iowa might be two of our best visits. Of course, all these games, Miami should be a nice one. I don't know if I'm going to set many games for Miami just because they're going to be really good. I would hate to take the loss. But no risk, no reward. Let's go for it. Okay, Georgia Tech and Miami are going to be two huge games for us, so hopefully it works out for us. Okay, we're playing Cincinnati. We have the talent advantage. They like to run the football. So hopefully our defense can hold them in check. Okay, Fisher's a 97 rated quarterback. Hopefully he can have an excellent season. We have great running backs, an 88 and 87. I believe Phillips has a promise. Will it show us on the screen? I don't think so. Is Phillips the one? Maybe not. Okay, I guess maybe I have to go to the coach's office to figure that out. And there's probably a couple other places I could find the promise, but I just don't want to not start the guy in the slot receiver who has the 50% promise. Okay, it's Caden Phillips. He is the guy who needs to play 50% of the snaps. We'll make sure he is playing. And he is our third receiver, so he should get plenty of snaps. Okay, let's see how our first game goes. We're favored to win by 6.5. Our first time playing Cincinnati. All right, we go to halftime. We're up by 11. Good start to the fourth quarter. Now we're up by 25. Final 5 minutes. Still the same score. We had a field goal at the end. And we end up winning 41-13. Fisher, one of the best opening starts. Wow, 25 of 28, 282 yards and 3 touchdowns. We keep the running game in check. Our guys get 200 yards rushing. Fisher with 73 yards on his own. Really nice. Stewart and Townsend get touchdowns. Stewart does have a fumble. Let's see how Phillips did. 4 catches, 55 yards, not bad. Defense does the job. And Watkins makes both field goals and both 50-plus field goal attempts. Really nice. And he was 5 for 5 on extra points with 51.5-yard punting. Wow, Watkins had a game. Probably the best overall kicking game Southern Miss kickers had. Okay, on to week 2. Okay, we move up 2 spots in the ranking to number 20 in the country. We do have a small injury to Tobin, which we don't have much depth at defensive line, so that is going to hurt us. You might have noticed the load times were much faster this time. It's not that I found out how to make it go faster or anything of that nature. I just edited the video a little bit to help you guys out instead of having to watch the loading screen for 30 to 60 seconds each week. We're just going to edit those out, or at least try to. Okay, Fisher does set the completion record for a game. That's a really nice start. And of course, our offensive talent's the best we've ever had. Okay, on to week 2 against Virginia Tech. We have the talent advantage on offense. They have us beat on defense by a little bit. They started off the year 0-1. They like to pass the football. Only 143 yards passing first game for them. That's pretty rough. Okay, let's check our recruits. Sorry, guys. Had notifications on. Yeah, let's go for Miami. Even though they lost their first game of the year, I still believe they'll be ranked. Looks like all these guys are leaving the target list. Okay, we're favored to win by 9 against Virginia Tech. We've not played them yet, so let's see how it goes. First home game of the season. To halftime, we're up by 14. To the fourth quarter, it's a little bit closer. 5 minutes left. We have added more to the lead. Virginia Tech does have the ball. Let's see what they can do with it. They turn over on downs. 2:14 left. We should be able to run the clock out, and we do. Southern Miss wins 31-16. Fisher has a very good completion percentage again. However, no touchdowns with 1 interception. He runs the ball very well, though. 47 yards with 3 rushing touchdowns. That is a USM record for a quarterback. Overall, the running attack was not that great. Only 3.3 yards a carry. But our running defense versus Virginia Tech was excellent. 25 carries, only 49 yards. Copeland throws the ball 56 times for Virginia Tech, only gets 1 touchdown with also 1 interception. Phillips doesn't get the ball any. I don't think he's going to be happy about that. Ridley and Townsend have the best days for receivers at 90 and 86. Crosby has a fumble lost. Not great. Lamb does get 2 sacks and 4 tackles for a loss. So good game for him. Watkins misses a chip shot field goal. Ouch. Those always hurt. Okay, on to the next week. Okay, we jump up all the way to number 13 in the country. That's a great jump. Tobin recovers from his minor head injury. 3 rushing touchdowns by Fisher. I said that was a USM record. It looks like an overall rushing touchdown record with 3. So really nice with that. Okay, we got South Carolina coming up. Let's check our recruits. Make sure everything's looking right. Go ahead and schedule our last few visits. Definitely get a few recruits to Iowa because even though they're not ranked right now, they're 2-0 and they could be ranked by the time we play them. Okay, found a B+, Jonathan Owen in Florida. We'll keep him on the... Oh, got another one. Really not sure how to say his name, but I'm going to go with Rodolfo Albrecht. Another one. Wow, we're getting some good luck now. Let's see if we can keep it up. We cannot, but that's pretty nice finds by those guys. Good job, scouting department. Okay, that's plenty of targets. So we'll go ahead and offer them up and get some visits scheduled for them. Wow. Let's see. His 4th visit bonus. Let's go for Miami. Hopefully Miami can stay ranked. We'll see. Just make sure I got all the scholarships offered. We're good to go. South Carolina has some really good talent, 83 and 84. We have the advantage on offense. However, their defensive talent is better than ours. We're going to try to stop the run. Even though they can do both, their running attack is a lot better than their passing attack. Okay, we're only favored to win by 2.5. We played them last year, it looks like, and we beat them 37-29. Okay, we're in South Carolina. How are we going to do in Columbia? Halftime, we are up 31-3. Great start to the game. To the 4th quarter, 37-6, 5 minutes left. It's a little bit closer, but we should hold on, and we do. 40-20. USM with a big victory. Fisher with another great game, 26-34, almost 400 yards, 2 touchdowns. Fisher adds 38 yards rushing. Scott gets 75. Really, really nice. Still no 100-yard receivers, even though we had 399 yards. That just lets me know that we've spread the ball out very well. No fumbles, even better. Watkins goes 4 for 4 on field goals, 1 long one and 3 short ones. Good game to him. Okay, we bounced up to number 11 in the country. Nice jump right there. Okay, looks like they're a pass first team. We'll make sure to hold that back. Okay, we're favored to win by 4. We do have the talent advantage, and we've had way better stats as the season went on so far, but you never know. This is a rival game for them, so they could be coming here to play. Okay, to halftime, we're only up 9 to the fourth quarter. We're still up 9. 5 minutes left. It's a much closer game. We have the football, but we're only up by 2 points. Let's see what happens. 2nd and 3. Big first down right there. Nice 4-yard run by Jennings. Stewart gets the 12-yard completion from Fisher. A 9-yard run by Jennings. First down. That might be game. Let's see how it goes. No gain. 1-yard run. And ball game. Southern Miss wins 29-27. Extremely close game with Texas Tech. Fisher doesn't have as good game as a good game as he usually does, but he still had a good game. 17 of 27, 232 yards. Everyone adds some nice rushing yards. We ran the ball pretty well. 221 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. Stanford and Jennings both get rushing touchdowns. Looks like a nice average day for our receivers. Scott does lose a fumble. Reed and Lynch get some tackles for losses. So does Yang. So not bad. Watkins has a tremendous game. 5 for 5 on field goals and averaged 54 yards a punt. That's an extremely good game. Okay, on to next week. So despite the close win against Texas Tech, we've moved up 3 more spots to number 8 in the country. Pickney did get hurt, so that's not good for us, of course. 20 rushing attempts by Scott sets a record. We do not run the ball. Well, we do run the ball. However, we don't really just have one guy carrying the load. It's a lot of split up rushes. So we kind of rush by committee. Okay, game against Mississippi State. Looks like we have the talent advantage. They like trying to do both. Looks like they're a little bit better at passing, so we'll try to stop that. We'll check on our recruits, make sure everything's looking right. Okay, looks like we're way ahead on Preston, Castilla, Albrecht, Howe. We got some nice advantages in a lot of places here. Okay, we're down by 204 on Norden. He is a 4-star running back, but his ratings have been dropping. We can throw a little bit of cash at him. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and try to give Jen a much better pitch. See if those points can get us up. And we're falling behind on these guys because we're not able to give them pitches. We'll just have to see how it goes. Okay, we're favored to beat Mississippi State by 5.5. They've had a really bad time on offense so far. Not much better at defense. We have the advantage. We have better coaching, better players. Let's see how it goes. Okay, to halftime. We're up 21. Nice. Fourth quarter, we're up 35. Final 5 minutes, they made it a little bit closer, We hold on to win 38-6. Fisher has a great game. He does throw an interception and doesn't complete as many passes as usual. Washington able to get a couple of plays, 2 for 3 for 39 yards. Scott over 100 yards. Jennings almost got there as well. Fisher adds a touchdown rushing and 29 yards. Very nice running game overall. 45 carries, 260 yards, almost 6 yards a carry with 3 touchdowns. Phillips is just not getting the ball. I'm not understanding that. That's odd to me. I need to find out what his snap count is, though. Make sure he's getting enough snaps. We'll check after we advance. Okay, on to week 6 against Virginia. Okay, we bounced up to number 4 in the country. Tobin is hurt again. Pickney did recover, though, so nice on that. Okay, let's check out our receivers real quick, see if what kind of snaps Phillips is getting. He's getting 67% of the snaps. They're just not throwing the football. Oh well. We're winning. Winning, that's all that matters. And he wanted snaps, not catches, so. Okay, Virginia Tech, they're a balanced attack. They are much better at passing, so we'll try to make sure we hold that back. We do have the talent advantage, so that's going for us. Hop in and check our recruits, see how it's going. It's looking pretty good. We're ahead on Norden now. Really close on Jen. He says he does want to commit soon. Let's see. We've offered more money. Looks like our pitch is a little bit better, and our interest is way better, so I hate to lose out to Kansas. So I'm going to throw just a little bit more money at Jen. Okay, we're behind on these guys. We really do need some defensive linemen. I think we're going to pay for him. Okay, that's going to help there. Okay, against Virginia, here we go. We're favored to win by 9. First matchup between these two teams. All right, to halftime, we're only up 11. Fourth quarter, we've definitely had a great third quarter. Now we're up 35-7. Final 5 minutes, they made it a little bit closer, but we should win the game, and we do. 35-17. Fisher, very, consistent, 17 of 25, 247. No interceptions. Running the ball was very well by Southern Miss again with 200 yards rushing. Jennings with 91. 54 by Fisher and a touchdown. Scott has probably his worst game in a long time, if ever. 10 carries for 25 yards, with no touchdowns. Again, Phillips does not get the ball. I guess my quarterback does not like Caden Phillips at all. That man is just not getting many passes. What's his stats look like? He can't really run routes very well. He is quick. So if we gave him a lot of screen passes, he'd probably do a lot better. Okay. On to the next week. We got a big game against Miami. They have fallen some, though. So they're definitely not ranked anymore. So we'll lose out on some bonus points. They just had a tough start to the year, especially after they had such a great season last year and the previous seasons. Okay, we held our number 4 ranking. Nice job by Southern Miss. We can just take a quick look at the rankings, see who's ahead of us. Oklahoma, Ohio State, Alabama. Georgia, we're ahead of Clemson. Let's see if we see any teams that just shock. Buffalo, number 13 in the country. Their talent is not that great. Their defense is better than most, but their offense is terrible. So they're doing an excellent job being this high up. Anyone else jump out at us? Georgia State, 5-0, number 21 in the country. Vanderbilt 5-1. Respect. Are they still in the SEC? They are not. They're in the MAC. But you know what? Good for them. Okay, Miami, even though they're having a bad year at 2-4, still have a lot of talent. So hopefully we can get a big victory here. Okay, here we go. We're favored to win by 12.5, our largest spread of the year. Miami did beat us in a tremendous game last year, 45-42. So let's see if we can get a little payback. All right, to halftime. We're up 33-6, fourth quarter. They made it a little bit closer. We're only up by 23, but we added another touchdown, and that should be game, and it is. Southern Miss wins 43-13. Fisher has his best passing game, 421 yards, 4 touchdowns. He didn't get to run the ball as much, but he didn't really need to with 12 yards. Scott has a nice bounce back game of 77 rushing yards. Stanford gets another touchdown. This man knows how to find the end zone. Ridley and Crosby with excellent games. Ridley, 8 catches, 174 yards, and a touchdown. Phillips gets the football finally, 2 catches, 30 yards, and a touchdown. Townsend adds 2 touchdowns. Like I said, Crosby 124 yards as the tight end. No fumbles by Southern Miss. Many pass breakups with 2 sacks, 10 tackles for a loss. Watkins does what Watkins does, makes both field goals. So just an all-around tremendous game by Southern Miss. One of our best overall games for sure. Okay, on to the next week. Okay, we bounced up 1 spot. Now we're at number 3 in the country, so nice for us. Also, Robert Jen, sorry, I can't talk, guys. He goes ahead and commits to Southern Miss. So nice for us, for sure. We can take him off the target list. Looks like we're definitely going to pick up all these guys here. Multiple thousands of points of advantages. Okay, we're behind on Willis and Ramirez and Carr. We could still get one of these guys. Let me check on our safety back here. '67 and A, but we're pretty far behind. We do have a way better interest score though, so if I go ahead and start trying to give him a shot, we might get him. Also throw just a little bit of money at him as well. Should make it a little bit closer. Okay, really big game against Clemson. They're our rival. They have great talent. They're number 6 in the country. Major game right here for standings, conference championship. I mean, a lot of donors, money is involved, I'm sure. I guess I could check and see if trying to remember. Let's see, rival. Okay, we only have one rival goal. It's a big one though, 4.5 million. So a big game for our program. So AI doesn't know who's going to win, even though we have superior talent. You just never know. We are 1-0 against them so far this year. I'm in the series. So let's see if we can keep that up. All right, to halftime, we have a nice advantage right here, up 24-3. Fourth quarter, 41-3. And to close it out, Southern Miss wins 41-13. The game was much easier than I imagined. Fisher goes off, 428 yards, 5 touchdowns. Did have 1 interception. He has 29 yards on the ground. We didn't really run the ball well, but when you pass like that, it doesn't matter. Great game. We definitely held Leonard in check. Only 16 of 35 with an interception. He's only an 80 overall quarterback. So big win. Oh, also he's not the starter. That definitely helped. So their starter's out. We'll have to check into that real quick. Let's see. Who is their starter? It doesn't show us what he usually is. I'm trying to figure out how to do that for another team. Well, he was an 87 last year with a major leg injury. Let's see. So let's just go to Clemson. Let's see if I can figure it out. Maybe. I might not be able to. Yeah, it's not going to show us what his rating usually is. We got a really helpful advantage right there. He was having a good year. We got to play against Leonard instead. So, we'll take it. Good luck for us. Ridley adds 100 yards receiving. Really nice. Townsend with 3 touchdowns. Fisher did lose the football, so a turnover by him. Watkins has a great game as always. 52.5 yards punting plus the 2 field goals. Okay, on to Iowa. Okay, Southern Miss is #1 in the country. We bounce all the way up after that win. However, we do have 2 injuries. Jordan is going to be out for a little while, and so is Drew Stewart. #1 in the country, Southern Miss. Gotta love it. We'll just check on our recruits, see if we got anybody. Looks like Owen signed with, is that Charlotte? It is. I mean, he's definitely a good player, but you can't get everybody. Okay, we're still the favorite over a lot of these guys. It's looking good, looking good. Okay, we're behind on Ramirez, Willis, and Carr. If we switch these pitches real quick, might be able to get us slightly better. And I think we're pretty far ahead on Michael right here, so we can actually just lower his pitch a little bit. Okay, we're making a little bit of leeway. We caught up a little bit. 611-point jump. We've yet to have our visit, so this game against Iowa could definitely bounce us ahead on him. Oh, our defensive coordinator gets 100 points. I need to fix that. Switch from head coaching ace. And we'll just find one of our defensive players that don't really need it. Let's switch that to head coach ace. Defensive coordinator ace. So now we should start making even larger jumps. With this visit coming up, we should bounce ahead of Ohio. We'll see. Okay, Iowa likes to run the football. We got to stop that. We do have the talent advantage, though. Only 81 and 81 for Iowa, so as long as our guys play well, we should be able to bounce up with a nice victory. We're favored to win by 15.5. Iowa did beat us in 2023, 13-12 when we were first starting out. So we'll see if we can get a little bit of revenge. Okay, to halftime, we're up 42-10. Fourth quarter, 52-24. Final 5 minutes, 59-31. And we end the game, 59-31. Fisher plays the whole game, even though we're just blowing him out. 296 yards passing with 5 touchdowns. Scott has a great game, 100-plus rushing yards with a 9-yard average. Jennings had a 9-yard average. Stanford, 11.8. Townsend got to run the ball for 17. So great rushing attack, 313 yards on the ground, 8.46 yards a carry. Townsend with 3 touchdowns and Ridley with 2. Townsend seems like he has a lot of touchdowns, does he? That puts him at 12 touchdowns in 9 games. Townsend is getting a lot of touchdowns. I like it. Watkins only gets 1 field goal attempt, but he makes it. He does make all 8 extra points and has a great punting average. Great game. All right, Georgia Tech should be a great matchup. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, even after the great win against Iowa, we dropped down 2 spots in the rankings. We're going to check that out. Watson does get hurt, so he's going to be out for 2 weeks, or at least he's going to be hampered for sure. We do get a lot of recruits. We land 4 guys. We signed Blake, Castilla, Preston, and Albrick. So nice job picking up those guys. We do set our all-time points record at 59. So that's really nice. Let's kind of find out why we've fallen in the rankings. Let's see. Oklahoma's 8-0. They moved in front of us by a few points. So did Ohio State. Let's find out who they played. Okay, they beat Temple 27-10. Now, of course, I mean, the reason why this happened, I know some people are like, that's not fair. I'm sure Oklahoma has way better marketing than we do. Well, only a 7. I mean, it's still better than us. So that definitely helped with the top 25. And let's check Ohio State. They're 9 marketing. And they beat Miami, Ohio easily 45-6. Really don't see why they jumped over us by that. But however, their marketing is just a lot better. If you check out our marketing, of course, we haven't focused on that. Let's see. We're at level 5 marketing, so we're behind everyone else. Okay, let's check some recruits. Of course, we landed all 4 of these guys. We're ahead of all of these players, so good job. Okay, we made a nice jump. Almost took the lead. We're down by 45. We'll add a little bit of money. Probably don't need to, but we will. Okay, it's looking good. Okay, Georgia Tech's 5-3. Very good ratings, and they like to pass the football, so should be an interesting matchup for us. We are favored to win by 17. I don't believe that. We did edge them out last year, 27-20. So we can keep that up. Okay, halftime, we're up 10. Fourth quarter, we're up 11. 5 minutes left. We add 3 more, and we have the football. We add a field goal. Could not get into the end zone. Goal line stand for them. From 1st and goal at the 1, we could not get in. On defense, we give up a touchdown, but there's just really not enough time. And we're going to hold out and win 40-30. Fisher, great game. 3 touchdowns, 364 yards. We're going to have to check and see if he has a chance at winning the Heisman. He's having a great year. Scott adds 116 yards rushing. Fisher gets a touchdown. Decent running game, of course. 160 yards, 4.57. Their quarterback didn't have a bad game. Just not good enough to win against Southern Miss. Okay, Ridley adds a touchdown. Townsend cannot find the end zone. He does get 6 catches for 89 yards. Defensively, we'll get 2 sacks. Reed gets another one, and so does Lamb. Watkins is 4 for 4 on field goals. Major help to us. Has a great game. All right, here we go. Going on to week 11 versus Louisville. Okay, we bounced back up to number 2. Stewart's recovered from his injury. We do land 3 more recruits, Norden, Moses, and Howell, all A- or above potential. So good for us. Okay, we have moved ahead pretty convincingly now. 209 point advantage on Wiley. We should pick him up. We're still behind on Willis, and we're still behind on Ramirez. Has he had a... I'm sure he's had our visit. Yeah, I got 530 points against Miami. We could probably get him a better pitch. We can take one of these off. Okay. Okay, we definitely have the talent advantage, 81 and 82. Let's see how it goes. We're favored to win by 19. That's nice. All right, to halftime, we're up 21. Fourth quarter, we're up 28. Last 5 minutes, we're up 39. And we win 45 to 6. Fisher has a great game. I did forget to check his Heisman possibility, so we definitely will after we simulate to the next week. Scott with 133 yards and 2 touchdowns. Decent running game, of course. 269 yards, 5.6. Everyone gets involved. A lot of carries given to a lot of players. A lot of guys catch the football. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 different receivers. Nice. Ridley and Crosby get touchdowns. Townsend does not find the end zone again. After I said he did so many times, I've jinxed him. Watkins is 1 for 1 on field goals, 6 for 6 on extra points with a 51-yard punting average. Okay, we're going to the bye. Let's see if we can maybe sneak into number 1. Okay, we're still number 2 in the nation. Connor Jennings does get hurt with a minor injury for 2 weeks. However, we have enough depth to be able to handle that. Also, Tobin and Watson recover from their injuries. We land Langley from Texas. Okay, let's check and see the top performers in the country. Fisher has a very good chance of getting the Heisman. 246 completions out of 342 attempts. He has over 3,400 yards passing, 28 to 4 touchdown interception ratio, and he's also added in 378 yards rushing with 6 touchdowns. Really, really nice. You do not often see receivers in the top 10. Is he the only non-receiver? He is. Now, he hasn't found the end zone lately, but he still has 45 catches, 763 yards, with 12 receiving touchdowns, with also a rushing touchdown. Meeks is in the running for top defensive player of the year. He's number 7. Freshman of the year, Dylan, 85. Really nice ratings. How did he get such a good jump? He was a transfer. He was an 81, but then he bounced to 85. So that was definitely a big help. Okay, on to our last regular season game against North Carolina. Okay, we've held on to our number 2 ranking. Jordan has recovered from his injury. We land 2 more recruits in Schmidt and Wiley. We were definitely wanting to pick Wiley up, so I'm glad we got him. We can check our rankings so far. We're currently number 7 recruiting class. We will definitely drop as other teams get more players than us. But I like that. Okay, we have the talent advantage on North Carolina. We're going to move Jennings a little bit further down, kind of make sure he does not get hurt. Okay, favored to win by 19.5. Let's see if we can make that happen. To halftime, we're only up 13. Fourth quarter, we're up 23. Final 5 minutes, we're still up 23. We're chewing the clock out, and we hold on to win 40-14. Fisher does what Fisher does. Great game. He also adds 60 yards rushing with a touchdown. John, 65 yards and a touchdown. Scott adds 64 yards. Stanford with 45. So 5 yards rushing per carry for Southern Miss. Great rushing attack there. Ridley goes crazy with 149 yards. Townsend finds the end zone again. 9 tackles for a loss. Really nice there. And Watkins goes 4 for 4 on field goals, 4 for 4 for extra points, and a 51-yard punting average. So on to week 13. Or, apologize, week 14. Okay, we bounced back up to number 1 in the country. Jennings is recovered, so he's no longer hurt. We land Sewell, so good job there. So, of course, we have one more bye until our conference championship game against Syracuse. Feeling pretty good. Let's kind of find out, how did we get top number 1? Okay, Alabama and Ohio State have both lost. Let's see what happened to Alabama. Oh, they had lost earlier to Oklahoma. But they've been winning all their games lately. So that's going to be a really tough matchup. We have to play them in the postseason. Okay, Ohio State was ahead of us. But they took a tough loss to Penn State. Okay, the conference championship week. Okay, we land our 4-star Carr. He's a 62 A- tight end. We did lose out on Willis to Temple. We definitely started making it a lot closer, but we didn't offer any cash, so he signs with Troy. I said Temple. Apologies, that is Troy. Sorry. Okay, we only got 3 guys left on our list. We're ahead of one of them. Boyd, we should definitely pick up. Really close on Chun. If we throw a little bit of cash, we can probably... Oh, he has no interest in money. I do not want to pay a lot just to get a tight end. We can give him a better pitch, though. Make it a little bit closer. We are not going to catch up on Ramirez, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, that's plenty of recruits so far. We're going to land Boyd, so that'd be 14. Get anybody else in the transfer portal. Okay, Syracuse does have good talent, 84-84, and they like to run the football. Okay, we're favored to win by 11.5. We have the number 1 offense in the country, number 11 defense. We get the most yards, and we hold our opponents to a lot of less yards than us, of course. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, to halftime, we're only up 4. Very close game. Fourth quarter, still only up 4. 5 minutes left. We have the football, 1st and 10. Let's see what happens. Incomplete. 6-yard pass, 3rd and 4 from the 9-yard line. Incomplete. Gonna have to settle for the field goal, but Watkins is money like usual. We're up 7. Okay, Syracuse is not able to score. They've punted back. Can we run out the clock? 6-yard run, 8-yard run, and that's going to do it. Southern Miss winning the conference championship 23-16. Fisher not as great as usual, but still a touchdown. He also adds 36 yards rushing and a touchdown. Syracuse played a great game, very competitive, but Southern Miss moves on with the victory. Should be able to maintain their #1 ranking and go into the playoffs as the #1 seed. Okay, that hurts a lot. Paul Jordan, one of our better linemen, has a major injury for the rest of the season. Pickney also has a major injury. I think his is only for 2 weeks. I think we get 1 week off, maybe for the playoffs. We'll have to look real quick. But we are still #1. Yes, we get a week off for awards, so that should help heal up a little bit, but it won't get us completely healthy. Okay, let's see what kind of awards we can pick up. Okay, so Fisher does get the Heisman Trophy, or Player of the Year award. 4,000 yards passing with 31 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Added 475 yards rushing with 8 touchdowns. Hopefully we can have a deep playoff run so he can add to those stats. All-American first team, Fisher. Townsend gets first team All-American. Ridley gets first team as a All-American receiver. Return guy. But he's also second team receiver. So he definitely had a great season. Fields gets first team All-American. Watkins with a tremendous year as a kicker. First team All-American kicker and punter. Gotta love it. Bradley Meeks is a second team All-American linebacker. Then, of course, we sweep a lot of awards for the conference championship or conference awards. Our 2 running backs actually get first team All-AC and second team All-AC. Scott, great game or great season. Jennings has a great season. Townsend, Ridley, first team. Pretty much our whole team is first team All-Conference or second team All-Conference. So really nice job by our guys. Okay, LSU is the best team we played all year, 87 and 86. Should be an excellent game. Hate to be upset after going undefeated in the regular season, but it's definitely a chance with such a good team in LSU. The AI still thinks we're going to win by 11.5. I just don't see it. It's going to be a really close game. Okay, to halftime, or second quarter, we're up 10. To halftime, we're up 17. Fourth quarter, we're up 24. Last 5 minutes, we're up 27. And we go on to win 44-17. Okay, my guys played a lot better than I thought they would against LSU. Fisher shows why he's the best quarterback in the country. 300 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. He adds a rushing touchdown with 73 yards. Scott gets 57 yards and a touchdown. Great running the ball. Over 5 yards a carry. Receiving wise, Townsend and Ridley both add touchdowns. So does Jennings, though. Nice. Defensively, we had 3 sacks. And Watkins is 3 for 3 on field goals. Let's see what the rest of the bracket looks like. A&M versus Oklahoma. Alabama versus Auburn. Classic games right there. Houston versus Notre Dame. Ohio State versus Texas. Georgia versus TCU. Michigan versus Florida State. And Oregon versus Missouri. Okay, so we got a big game, big win right there. Jennings is hurt, but Pickney does recover. Also, we landed Boyd. Finally, that took a while, but we knew we were going to get him. We kind of look at what our class looks like with all the players we've signed. We have fallen pretty decent amount to number 45 in the country. But I want to save the rest of the space for the transfer portal, so I'm okay dropping like that. Okay, big game against Texas A&M. Let's see how the first week of playoffs went. A&M edged out Oklahoma. Alabama beats Auburn. Notre Dame with the upset against Houston. Ohio State and Georgia take victories. Michigan crushes Florida State. And so does Oregon when they crush Missouri. Okay, A&M's 83 offensive talent, but an 87 defense. Should be a good game. Can we keep up our magical season here? We're favored to win by 12.5. I just don't see it. Should be a closer game than that. All right, to halftime, we're down by 6. Can we fight back? We do. We're up by 4 in the fourth quarter. Let's see what happens. Texas A&M is driving at 1st and goal at the 3-yard line, though. They do add a touchdown and the extra point, so now we are down. A big first down right there. Let's see if we can keep it up. We cannot. Can the defense hold them? They do. Big job. We have really nice starting field position at the 42-yard line. Let's see what happens. 3-yard pass. 9-yard pass. Stewart gets a 10-yard pass from Fisher. 14-yard run by Connor Jennings. That was huge. 4-yard pass. 3rd and 6 at the 18. We do not get it. But Watkins cashes in on the 35-yard field goal. And so now it's 27-27. And Texas A&M gets the ball back. Can the defense hold them? It is not looking great. Okay, 3rd and 4. This is a big play for the game. And we cannot stop them. Womack gets a 5-yard run. It is not looking good for your Eagles. They're about to be in the end zone. Oh, goal line stand? Yes! The Southern Miss defense coming up clutch. A&M does make the short 20-yard field goal, but Southern Miss defense bend but don't break. It's going to give the offense one more chance. We're going to switch to up-tempo to give us some more time. First play, 7-yard run. We're not totally giving up on the running attack. I like it. 1-yard pass, 3rd and 2. 10-yard run by Scott with 2 minutes left. We're driving. 12-yard pass from Fisher to Ridley. Stanford with a 17-yard run. We are in field goal range. Let's see if Southern Miss can get the touchdown. 2-yard run with 1:22 left. 7-yard run. 1:03 left. Incomplete pass. It would be crazy if he went for it, but I don't think he will. Watkins makes the 36-yard field goal. Can the defense hold him and let us go to overtime? Not a really good return by their kickoff team. Let's see if we can hold them. Incomplete. 1-yard pass. 0-yard run. They're going to have to punt. Could we make a miracle happen? Some reason he fair catches it. I guess he doesn't want to risk the fumble. So we're into overtime. Major game here. Let's see what Southern Miss offense can do. Nice first down. 8-yard run. We're getting closer. Oh, major stop right there. 3rd and 3. Incomplete pass. This hurts. Watkins does make the short field goal, but now it's all up to the defense. 7-yard run. 12-yard run. It is not looking good. Can the defense hold him one more time? Major sack right there. It's going to make it a little bit tougher for A&M. 3rd and 12. 9-yard pass, but he doesn't get to the end zone. Are they going for it? That would be crazy if he did in real life. I think they'll go for the field goal. And they do. Okay, defense. Let's see what we can do here. Nice stop there. Nice stop there. 3rd and 8. Oh, gives up the first down. Okay, 3rd down again. There we go. 4th down. A&M makes the field goal. Southern Miss, major chance here. Scott with a 3-yard run. Nice 10-yard completion right there. 1st and 10 from the 12. 1-yard run by Stanford. 11-yard run by Ridley. Touchdown Southern Miss. There we go. Major victory there. Did not know what was going to happen. Fisher has a great game, running and passing. Ridley, his only carry of the game, but it was a major one. Gotta love the call right there. He also had a great game receiving, 10 catches for 155 yards. Man, what a game. Watkins did miss one field goal, but it's okay. He made him when it mattered. Drew Stewart is out for the season. Ouch. Major leg injury. Tobin and Horton are hurt as well, but they should be able to play through their injuries. But Southern Miss holding on to win in double overtime against A&M. We'll see how everyone else did. Alabama takes care of business against Notre Dame, setting us up to play them in the semifinals. Ohio State takes care of Georgia, and Oregon pulls out against Michigan. So really big games coming up. Okay, Alabama's an 87-88 team. They're good at passing and running. I think we're going to try to sell out against the pass, make them beat us running the football. Okay, we're favored to win by 3.5. Let's see if we can do it. All right, to halftime, 17-17 to the fourth quarter. We're down 31-20, and Alabama's driving. It is not looking good for us. They had a touchdown. They're up 18. It's going to take a lot of luck and some really good plays here. Let's find out. Southern Miss is not able to score, but they did force Alabama to miss a field goal. They did waste a lot of time, though. They add a field goal of their own. Watkins makes a 54-yarder. Alabama holds on to win. So the lack of defense finally caught up with us. Fisher had an average game, not the greatest. He still played okay. But, I mean, wow. Southern Miss had a tremendous season. I mean, it always stinks to lose when you get this far. But we've really played really well this year. All right, let's see who Alabama has to play. I feel like Ohio State should win, but you just never know. Malachi Reed and McCoy both get major injuries. Jennings does finally get healthy, but our season's over. Okay, Ohio State does take care of business against Oregon, 19-3. Let's go to the national championship. Alabama does win the national championship. We'll take a quick check and see how that went. They pretty much took care of business against Ohio State. I mean, Alabama was just one of the best teams in the country, and we just lost a tough matchup against them. So we greatly exceed expectations. They want us to win 10 games or make the playoffs. We do that very easily, get a 20-point bonus with our AD. Also, our fan base passion has jumped up to a B+. We kept both promises, and we went up to integrity of 6, +6 to get us to 84. So really a great season for Southern Miss. And like I said earlier, I'm not saying I'm done doing this series. We're just going to maybe take a little break and do some other things. But we'll come back. So if you become a fan of the series, don't worry, it's not being deleted. We will keep it going later on. So this video has actually ran really long, even though with the edits of removing all the loading time, it's just went a little bit longer. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. And if you did, please help me out by liking and subscribing. That really helps out my channel, allows me to keep doing what I like doing. So thanks everyone, and y'all have a great day. Thanks guys.